moments in life, and certainly a difficult topic to talk about, losing a pregnancy or a stillbirth. Thankfully, there are resources in New Haven where families can turn. One of them is the nonprofit Hope After Loss. Executive Director Christina Milos joins us along with two Compassionate Care Award recipients. We have Dr. Lawrence Engmann from the Center for Advanced Reproductive Services and Nurse Kathy Pagnotti. Thank you all so much for being here. Christina, give us the mission of the organization first off.
Well, Hope After Loss is a group that caters to the pregnancy and infant loss community. And so we try to provide support in lots of different ways. We have support groups that we run all over the state. We have 10 different locations where we have groups. We also do caregiver education, so we try to help caregivers who are providing care at the time of a loss to understand what's going on in the minds and hearts of their patients, and so they can make a better connection. And we also
give out awards.
Give out
right?
awards.
You sure do.
Well, yes, and that's the way that we try to really celebrate compassionate care, because we think that's one of the most important parts of the healing process when a family experiences this kind of tragic loss.
Sure, and I want you to share the story as to why Dr. and Kathy are being awarded and honored.
Well, we received several, I think close to 20 different nominations this year, and we are giving out 4 awards. 2 of the awards are to 2 nurses from Manchester Memorial Hospital who helped a family who experienced a loss, and it goes through the time of the loss and then immediately following.
Probably the worst time of someone's life.
Yes,
right?
yes, and the care provided at that time is critically important to people's how they're able to process the grief and move forward. So, and that story is heartbreaking, and those 2 nurses are going to be honored as well.
Right? But your support group is where this story really takes off.
Right. So then there are 2 different families who ended up coming to Hope After Loss, and for different types of reasons. Sure. But they ended up meeting each other and realizing that they could help one another.
Sure, because one woman had an extra embryo.
Or a few, yep.
A few,
I'm not sure exactly the science behind it yet.
So incredible. And Doctor, this is a procedure that you're very familiar with, that you could help, and run us through the first step.
So the first step involves stimulating ovaries to obtain eggs, and then we fertilize the eggs and then transfer the fertilized embryos. And we could freeze extra embryos. So in this situation, the first patient, who was a patient of mine, was successful. And she was successful, I think, twice, and then she had extra embryos, and she donated to the other couple.
That's incredible. And Kathy, tell us what happened. The end result.
The friend became pregnant and just delivered a beautiful daughter. She's so happy. She had had a tragic loss prior to coming to us, and had only expected bad news. Didn't really know how to expect good news or to have hope, and I think we tried to help her have hope and share her along, and she made it, and the outcome was
it's terrific. Amazing. And it was so great that you were able to help and provide the services, but that's just one of the services that you provide. There's lots of options for people that might be struggling to conceive, right? They just contact you, they could check out the website, all of those things.
Yes.
Very simple. And you guys, what's the response from patients who finally get to have a baby?
Oh, it's so exciting. I mean, it's one of my favorite times when you do an ultrasound and see the heartbeat.
Sure.
Or when they come back with the babies to come and visit, it's so exciting. And that's why we do this job. And I'm so excited every day when I go to work.
Oh, that's terrific. And congratulations. I know there's an award assembly next week over at Woodwinds. Well, check out, just give us your website one more time.
It's www.hopeafterloss.org.
All right, and you can also check out UConn at fertility.com to learn more about their services. Congratulations to you, too, and thank you so much for what you do.
Oh, thank you.
Sure.